What's up guys? For today's video, I'm converting the lead acid battery system over to lithium. I've disconnected all my accessory wires from cranking battery over there. Those are going to get extended and run across the back and then get connected into the lithium. In addition to the accessory wires, I'm also going to be moving over the trolling motor wires. We're going to be converting it from a 24 volt to a 12 volt system. Rather than having to rewire the boat and run new wires through the boat, I'm actually going to be joining the two 8 gauge wires together to get roughly 5 gauge wires, which should run the length of the boat and still handle the 12 volt system as needed. I thought it'd be pretty cool to see the weight difference between a lead acid battery and a lithium battery, so let's try it out. To start, we'll try our removed lead acid battery. And we're sitting at 51.4 pounds. Now let's go ahead and try the lithium. 23.2 pounds. That is literally half the weight of a lead acid battery. That is an awesome weight savings. We're actually going down from 2 lead acid batteries, so we're saving 75 pounds of weight going down to this lithium in a 12 volt setup. Going to be stripping back the wires on 2 of the positives and see what kind of connector would work to join these wires together. So I'm going to take these 2 wire connections, get our heat shrink on it, put our lug on here. Yeah, that's a nice good connection there. Okay, they're on there. They didn't move. So now we can go ahead and clean this up with some heat shrink. This is nice waterproof heat shrink, so all that waterproofing glue is melting out of it. That handles the positive connection. I'm really happy with that. It's super solid. The wires join together great. All right, with the positive built, I'm gonna go ahead, strip these back and do the same thing for the negative. All right, with both of the wires all connected to these ring connectors, we are good to go for battery mounting on this side. The last thing I want to do before moving the battery in place is I want to extend the accessory wires from the other bay, so all the accessories and the trolling motor are going to run off this battery. All right, so here's an update on the wiring. I extended the accessory leads across the back of the boat here. I put it through in a wire loom, zip tied it across, and now these are my new wire extensions on this side of the boat. Now for the new battery, you may have seen in a separate video, is the Power Queen 100 amp lithium battery. This is going to replace the 2 lead acid batteries that were sitting in the corner of the boat and going down to a 12 volt system from a 24 volt system. The weight difference on this between a lead acid battery is absolutely phenomenal and one of the greatest things about going to lithium. Aside from that, you have full discharge capability of your 100 amp hours rather than about 60 to 70% on a lead acid battery. Right, let's go ahead and drop it in and see how it fits. Oh yeah, this is gonna be perfect. So much space down there now. I think I'm gonna run it sideways like that. That's gonna give me a lot of room to run all my connections without getting anything tucked up under the boat. Let's go ahead and get this installed. These self-seal wire connectors are absolutely awesome. They're waterproof and they're very easy to use. I'll have a link in the description for all the different materials that I'm using. So for 10 gauge wire, we need the yellow connectors. Let's go ahead and get these ring connectors on and we can start testing things out. I like this kit specifically because it has the colored heat shrink, which is nice for color matching your wires. And now this is marine heat shrink, so it has the glue on the inside and will help keep everything waterproof, even though the wire connector is waterproof as well. Now I'm just gonna crimp it. This is an all-in-one crimping and stripping tool. This has been an absolute lifesaver when it comes to electrical work. Another item that I got for wiring that has just been absolutely invaluable has been a hot air station. This works just like a hot air gun, but it's much smaller, way more compact. It heats up almost instantly, and it comes with a nice base that you can put it on when you're not using it. Now the bolts also have a lock nut on them, so you can get these nice and tight. They're not going anywhere. At this point, I want to go ahead and test out the boat, make sure all the accessory connections are still working, and then we'll go from there. We go ahead and throw our master switch. We got a nice strong light there. Let's listen for the bilge. Okay, we got bilge. Now our courtesy lights, looking good. Accessory switch, I don't believe is actually set up to anything right now. Navigation lights, looking good. We don't have an anchor, so nothing to test there. Live well, good. Oh, one last thing. All right, we're good to go. All the accessories are still functional and working, so I'm really happy with that changeover. Next thing I want to replace is the battery charger. Now that battery charger, I don't know how old it is, but it only does lead acid batteries. Now that we have lithium, we needed to change over to a different battery charger anyway, so I went with one that can do lithium and regular batteries. And that is the NOCO Genius Gen5x2. I am a big fan of the NOCO products. They're a little pricey, but their quality is second to none. I have never had an issue with my NOCO battery chargers. I'm going on 3 boats and 3 batteries now, and they've never done me wrong. So this time I went with a 10 amp charger. The battery itself supports up to 20 amps, so I could have gone larger, but for cost reasons I went a little smaller. And I went with the X2, which means it has 2 banks, so it'll charge 2 batteries. Here is our 3-bank battery charger, along with all of our cords. It looks like the place I wanted to install this isn't gonna work. I wanted to put this right here where the other one was, but the mounts are a little too low. So until I come up with a more permanent solution, I think what I'm gonna do is actually mount it right to the top of this lithium battery. Okay, so here's the Velcro I'll be using. This is heavy duty industrial strength, holds up to 10 pounds. Now that's 10 pounds of force needed to break this Velcro seal. You're not gonna get that with anything bouncing on this back deck. Very confident in using this Velcro. To install the Velcro, it's very simple. It's just like double-sided tape. We're gonna go ahead and get some isopropyl alcohol. And we're gonna wipe down our surfaces that's gonna get mounted. We'll do the back of the panel here. And we're gonna be doing the top of the battery. Bonus for doing it this way, if I ever wanna take this out and move it somewhere else, it's super easy to do that. I'm gonna go right down the center of it. This is also waterproof, the adhesive and the Velcro. So this all works underwater as well. Okay. And then we're just gonna stick this in place. Like I said, I'm gonna go right between the battery terminals here and give it a little push, and there we go. All the wire has been cleaned up. We have our battery charger installed. We have our lithium battery installed. We have all the accessory cables extended. We have the charger on both banks now. Go ahead and plug it in and see if we get charge on both batteries. Bank number 2 goes to the lead acid, so we'll do one first. And this is going to be a lithium battery. And then bank number 2 is a regular 12-volt battery. So let's just give this a second and see if it can detect the charge. Make sure we got the right batteries hooked up here. Well, I gotta say that's pretty awesome. Both batteries are charging. Looks like the lithium was a little lower than I thought, but we'll give this some time. Sometimes it takes a little longer to actually read and see what its charge is at. We have nothing running or using on the boat, so this is gonna go ahead and get these 2 batteries charged up. I'll check back once it had some time to put some juice in the batteries. Okay, so after giving this a little bit of time to charge, you can see it's really boosting up the batteries. Everything is working great. At this point, I am pretty much ready to call the lithium conversion complete. I have a bunch of other things I'm going to be setting up on this boat, but for now, this is the main task I wanted to get done electronically, and now I can start adding my upgrades. For example, new fish finder, new trolling motor, new speaker setup. We got a whole bunch to do. So if you guys found this helpful, don't forget to let me know by hitting that like button. If you want to see more videos like this and see what else I got coming up for the boat, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.